Greetings and blessings, everyone. James Thomas from Blue Star Spiritual. This is our vlog number 4. Might up if I have the right background on there. Now, it's very important to pay attention to what's happening in our lives. There's always this opportunity for spirit to give us clues and information. Now, sometimes it can come in a conversation. Sometimes it can come in a meeting with someone. Sometimes it comes in a song or a movie or a television show, different things like this. Now, I'm a big fan of Harry Potter and the Harry Potter world. And I just recently watched all 7 movies again. And I saw something in the last movie that reminded me of something. So today's vlog is about free will choice versus destiny. So we have free will choice, and this planet is complete free will choice. So is there a difference between the native human population and starseeds with regards to free will choice and or destiny? Now, one of the things that I've heard many times from starseeds is either they question or they claim that you can change your life contract, that we have free will choice and that we can change it if we want. Unfortunately, that is not true. We cannot change our life contract because that is actually negotiated and settled on before we incarnate. And what is settled on is what is required during that incarnation. Now, it is true that the native human population has a great deal more free will choice than do starseeds. And it's very simple. Just like with starseeds, someone from the native human population crosses over, they get together with their guides and stuff. And if there are karmic things that were created, then they go, okay, well, you need to work on balancing this and so on and so forth. And so they created their next life focused on either learning lessons. There's always lessons for them to learn in every incarnation, but to also balance energies or balance situations with other people, things like this. So it makes it very interesting indeed. With starseeds, on the other hand, it's a little bit different. Now, the scene that I'm referring to, the thing that I'm referring to in the Harry Potter movies, or in the last one, is where Severus Snape, ends up getting attacked by Voldemort and by Nagini, his snake, and he is dying. And Snape basically tells Harry to capture his tears, which have all these memories in it. So Harry captures them, and Snape says for him to go to the pensive where he can view the memories. So he does that, and Harry discovers that Severus Snape had actually been in love with his mother, that he basically left Voldemort and being a Death Eater to try and protect Harry's mother, Lily. But then it got into Harry Potter and what was happening with him, and the fact that he would have to literally die in order to stop Voldemort. And Severus Snape says, so basically, it's like you're breeding, you're raising him to do this. In a sense, it's like Harry Potter has free will, has choice, but he has to walk this path where he's the one that has to go up against these different things. And then I remember back in the first movie, The Philosopher's Stone, when they were playing that wizard's chess, and we're down to like the final movements, and Ron tells Harry, look, because Ron's going to sacrifice himself. And they're like, no, you can't do that. And Ron's like, look, Hermione's right. You're the one that has to go on. Not me, not Hermione. You do. So you see, it's like there is a course of action that Harry Potter has to take in his life. And although he's got free will choice, it doesn't alleviate the path he has to take. Now, from this, it reminded me of a conversation I had some 30 years ago with a woman in Tacoma, Washington. And we were talking about free will choice. And I had said, well, it is true that on this planet, there is complete free will choice. However, I don't have free will choice. And she looked at me and she said, what do you mean by that? That doesn't make sense. And I said, I don't have free will choice because I already made a choice. Now, as most all of you know, on the 1st of March of this year, I had a stroke. Now, the day before the stroke, Janice and I had gone swimming. And I had said to Janice that everything was quiet. I wasn't getting anything. No one was around. It was like I'd been cut off. And then at 6 o'clock the next morning, or 6:05, I had the stroke. About 4 hours, about 3 to 4 hours after I was in hospital is when I lost the use of my arm and my leg. Makes no sense. Even the doctors, the neurology doctors, told me straight up, we have no idea why you lost your arm and your leg. There was no reason for it. And then recently, I came back online. And that's when I started getting all of the information for the book that's coming, that's called Origins. That goes back to the very beginning, even before this universe was formed. And it was extraordinary. And all of this stuff, all of this information is coming in. And then I channel, well, I for more than 20 years, I have channeled regularly for Janice. I really didn't, I only channeled for her 2 or 3 times after I had the stroke, up until just recently when I was brought back online. And I channeled my older brother from the other side, who sits on the High Council of Source. And he informed Janice that in truth, before I incarnated into this lifetime, he had come to me and made all the arrangements for me going through this stroke and everything, and then took the memory out of my consciousness, etheric consciousness. So I had no memory of the conversation or agreeing to this, had no idea it was going to happen. But you see, I had agreed to it. there are reasons behind me having the stroke. And it has to do with the native human population, it has to do with this project. I already understand that. I've already gotten the information on that. It's not important to go over that. So the thing is, there are many times that you'll be walking down a particular pathway. Something will come up. It resonates, but you don't go down that road. Or you start going down that road, and then because of fear or trepidation or whatever, you pull back and decide to go a different route. But you get pulled back onto that original pathway. That's because it's meant to be. You're meant to do that. You know, we experience so many things, and not only do we experience many things, but we have many interactions as well that we can't put our finger on, we can't nail down, we don't understand why they happen. Many times it's because we've chosen to go through that or experience it or do it. And the thing is, and what you have to realize is, there are times that people get very angry and very upset because of the things that they go through and experience. Trust me, I am fully aware of that. I regularly go through frustration on a very deep level because of not being able to use my left arm or hand, not being able to move it. So much so that I came very close to breaking the knuckle on my ring finger yesterday. Okay, so I mean, I get very angry and frustrated just like everybody else. But I also know this is meant to be right now. I'm walking the path I'm supposed to walk, as challenging as it is. But it doesn't stop me. It doesn't prevent me from doing what I know I need to do. I know I need to travel. So Janice and I have already set up a trip for next August to go to the US, to go to Seattle and see my son. We're actually going to be going to Alaska as well. And so we're going to New Zealand in March. Anything I need to make that easier, I will have. And so it's like, it's about trusting in the process. You know, it's interesting. Al Sharon, Gideon, even myself, we've said over and over again, trust in faith in yourself, for yourself, trust in faith in spirit, follow your heart and guidance. Now, a lot of people go, oh, I'm sick of hearing that. It's all I hear. But then my wife and I are watching a series called Grey's Anatomy. We're on season 14. And one of the characters, April, who was born and raised as a Christian, a very devout Christian, is having a mega test of faith. And she thinks that, you know, she despises God because she's seeing these good people die. Her child died because it had a condition when it was born. And there was nothing, they didn't do anything wrong. It just happened. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I could have easily gone down the road of losing faith. So it's really important to remember that we are going to be challenged. Not everything is going to work perfectly or fine. We're going to have loss, we're going to have upset, we're going to have heartbreak. That is the nature of living on this planet. Even on the other side, not everything works perfectly. There are individuals on the other side that get hurt and even killed. As the old saying goes, as above, so below. So it's important to remember that you are here as a star seed. You are extraordinary and you have a path to walk. Now, for most of us, we simply allow that to unfold naturally. I don't know all the things that I'm here to do. I know I need to travel. There are places that I need to go to, mainly not so much for anything more than like providing particular energies to that location. You know, it's like, to give you an example, in 2010, we went to Rome. We went to the Vatican. We went to St. Peter's Square and St. Peter's Basilica. We went on a cruise out of Rome. That was like 12 nights and it finished back in Rome. And we stayed an extra day and went back to the Vatican, but this time we went through the museum at the Vatican. And we ended that in the Sistine Chapel. Now this is where all the incredible paintings are, but this is also this place where they elect the new Pope. And we were guided and we did prayers and put energy in there, which went out throughout all of, the world. We did the same thing at the Church of the Spilled Blood in St. Petersburg, Russia. We did the same thing at Roslin Chapel in Scotland. We did the same thing in the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, Turkey, or the White Mosque in Nazareth, Israel. We did the same thing in the Holy Sepulchre in Israel, praying at the Western Wall in Jerusalem. So I mean, we do whatever we need to do, and we follow the heart and guidance that we have, and we allow it to unfold naturally. That's where trust in spirit comes from. If you follow your heart and guidance, trust your intuition, trust in spirit, trust in yourself, you can guarantee one thing. You will do what you're here to do. You will walk the path you're here to walk. But that trust has to be there. So you do have free will choice, unless that interferes with your destiny, what you're here to do, what you're here to achieve. And remember, you're here to assist the native human population in their ascension and their evolution. It's not about starseed ascension. We've already done that before. So step back, take a deep breath, connect with yourself. Trust what you get, trust what you receive. Now, also wanted to remind everyone that we still have our specials going on. So we have our personal channeling sessions at the moment are $100 Australian when they are normally 135 US. So that's a savings of around $70 or $80 Australian. They are recorded and you get the recording, and so you can listen to it anytime you want. We have specials on our Blue Star Healing, our house clearings, our mentoring, coaching, spiritual counseling, whatever you need. So give us a contact if you'd like a service. You can email me on Blue Star Spiritual Group at gmail.com. And you can check out our services on our website at www.bluestarspiritual.com. And if you look at our publications page, you can see our books that are available on Amazon. They are incredible books filled with tremendous information. So much love and many blessings to all of you. Have a wonderful day. Much love and many blessings. Togia para tu noita kratamata.